Hey friends, it's your girl Stephanie Lynn. So I wanted to just show you guys one of my favorite OG concealers. So this is a Studio Fix concealer from MAC. They used to sell it in little pots, but when I looked online, I only seen the palette, which is fine because I can work with it. And it'll transition for me in the summertime to the wintertime. So it comes with 6 colors. It's really good if you're a makeup artist too. I have them for my kit when I do get back into makeup, but it's nice because it fits a nice little range, and then it has color correctors in there as well. One of my favorite things about this concealer is you can get a really sharp brow with it. I do like the liquid concealers too, but I don't know, it's just something about this OG one and just MAC products in general. Now, MAC also has the Pro Longwear, which a lot of people love. That one is an amazing one as well, and it definitely will get you some sharp brows if you're using it for brows. That one is also full coverage, but it dries down a little more matte, where this one is going to be more hydrating. Now, this one I think is a little bit easier to control because when the Pro Longwear, it has a little pump, unless they recently changed it, but I hope they didn't. But it has a little pump, and it is hard to gauge just a little tiny bit because it is very concentrated. That's why sometimes I gravitate towards this one, just because I can use a little bit at a time for it. Now, one of my favorite things about this concealer is it blends very well. The looks are deceiving because when you look at it, you look at a cream and you think that it might be super thick, but it's really not. You get a lot of coverage, but it's very lightweight. Don't even feel it at all. And it's easier to work with because it doesn't dry down. Now, I'm mixing NC42 and NW40 together when I'm doing it. The 42 is a little bit bright, but I'm okay with that. Sometimes I just put a little bit of the darker color. Now, I for sure put the darker color, the NW40, at the top, just because we don't want those floating brows. I don't mind if it's a little bit brighter under the eye because you get a little bit of a highlight, but when you do that at the top, sometimes it just looks like, you know, if you're not really good with your foundation to kind of cover it, it just looks like your brows are floating and it looks like you blocked them out. My brows are naturally cousins. Not even, brows are supposed to be like sisters, not twins, but mine are definitely cousins. So I end up filling them to match whatever one I feel like matching that day. It just depends on my mood. But definitely continue to buff. As you can see, it blends really easy. And then I'm just going to go back in with my brow pencil just to kind of define if I've blended too much and took away like the defined line on my brows. I just like to kind of go back in lightly and redefine those lines. The brow pencil I'm using is from Morphe. This is the Micro Brow Dual-Ended Pencil and Spoolie, and the color Chocolate Mousse. I like my brows kind of dark, so that's typically what I go with if I'm going to get the Morphe one. Now, I like to go in with this pencil after, just to do the very front of my brows. This is from Benefit Cosmetics. It's the Precisely My Brow Detailer. It's microfine, waterproof, of course, but it's super small, as you can see, just so you can get those hairs. You can fake them until you make them. Now, I'm using the Natasha Denona Gold palette. I'm mostly just showing you guys this just because I want you to see how easy it is to blend eyeshadows on top of this concealer. As you've seen earlier, I take the concealer down all the way over my lids just to kind of create a base, but everything blends beautifully on top of it, so I just want to show y'all that real quick. So we have to go back to that concealer palette. You can't see until I get up close, but under my eyes are very dark. I normally don't have darkness under the eye, but because I've been traveling, my flight left at like 6 in the morning, and this is the day after, but I still just did not catch up on sleep. So we want to make sure we cover up that darkness. I like to use my finger to apply this, just because your finger is like the best applicator when it comes to just color corrector and stuff under your eyes. Because that ring finger, even though I wasn't using it most of the time, but the ring finger is going to apply a similar amount of pressure as the brush. And this is something new I had to adapt to. I'll give you guys a lip demo in the next video, but I had to adapt to, since I'm wearing my hair like this, to ignore that part in the back. I fix it before I leave. But just kind of putting a little bit of foundation around where I do my swirls, my little Betty Boop flow. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of my contour / bronzer on there. It's a bronzer, but I use it for more of like a contour, but just a little bit on the hairline, just so it all is seamless. And glasses on. Here's the final look. Okay, guys. Bye.